Hi everyone, today's video is going to be about the best Legends League army that should hopefully be pretty easy to use and consistent in Legends League. So we're going to be planning on a few different bases, executing some attacks, and I'll be also giving you some tips and tricks to help you out in Legends League. Now also, right when I'm going to be releasing this video, just like last month, I'll be giving away 3 gold passes on my Twitter. All you'll have to do is just follow me over there and predict who you think will win the August monthly finals. This was the post how it looked like in July, but I'm going to make one for August right around when I upload this video. So make sure to check out my Twitter if you want to be entered in that giveaway. Now, what is this army exactly? It's basically the Root Rider attack, but with the log launcher. I think it's a pretty easy army and rather flexible for Legends League, which is pretty important. But first of all, of course, as always, before we start an attack and we make a new army, we always have to arrange the troops in order, which is kind of annoying, but basically like this, elixir troops in the order they were unlocked. So we can have the order just like it used to be. Now on the king, actually here I have the snake bracelet by accident. I do want the spiky ball and earthquake boots because I think it's a bit more flexible for Legends League. Just like having the Eternal Tome and Healing Tome on the Warden. Of course, in hard mode, people rarely bring this combination because it's just a bit slow. They always want the Raid Gem. But in Legends League, this combination is pretty consistent, whether you face Rage Tower bases or Poison Towers. So that's why we're going to be doing that. And also, the attacks in this video, some of them are going to be on my second account, some of them will be on my main account. The reason is because my main account's base slots are full as I'm testing some bases for Stage 3 of the World Championship qualifiers. Hopefully next weekend after that finishes, I'll be able to share the bases that I built for it, some of the ones that worked, some that didn't end up being used, and like just taking you through what I learned, and again, kind of a nice base building guide. But let's not waste any more time and let's get straight into planning on the first base. So this is the third base, and it's on my second account, so of course the walls might not look maxed, but all of the defenses and troops are maxed on that account, so it's all good. Now, I have a funny story here, but first, I think the plan we want for this base for Legends League, we want to be pretty simple. Just a Spirit Walk over here, Queen with the Log Launcher down here, Root Riders through here, maybe the King with the Root Riders. Now, actually, I just did this attack 3 times, and the first time, it nearly, I think it would have tripled or something, and it was kind of a close plan. And then I was like, I tried it again 2 more times. I was like, how come it's not working? And then I realized I was on hard mode, which is kind of like silly. So I guess this plan should overkill in normal mode. But yeah, I forgot I'm on hard mode. And I've also made the mistake of trying to test hard mode stuff and going in normal mode. So yeah, good thing. This plan should be pretty good, hopefully. The traps on the base are decent, though. There was like a Tesla farm around here, which kind of messed up the log launcher, but I think in normal mode it should be fine. We can even react with a king to help clear that out. But anyways, let's just go straight into the base and start the attack. Also, I put in Super Valkyries and Super Yetis instead of regular Yetis because I think they're kind of stronger. So yeah, I just had normal Yetis in the army by accident. But now let's attack this in normal mode and let's see how the plan does. Hopefully it should be all fine. I'll make any comments if there's anything like to say, but I'll generally be a bit quiet to focus. As you can see, the base is well trapped. Dark on top isn't good builder actually. Oh my god, this is insane. So I just reacted with the king because there was a Tesla farm, so I was like, fine, I'll send the king in to help the queen out. Oh my god. As you can see, things are pretty messy, but I think in normal mode it shouldn't be a big deal. The log launcher should take out the town hall, if not. Not the end of the world. I'll pop the RC ability so she stays a bit back. Just rage. So yeah, the back end is still a little bit heavy because, I mean, it's good base building, but in normal mode there's not much you can really do about it. I just can't believe I have tried on hard mode and thinking I was doing normal mode attacks. I didn't know I put hard mode on this account actually, but apparently it was like that, so yeah. But we have a decent amount of force left over. I think it should still be fine. Again, I could have, I guess, executed it a bit better maybe, but okay, it's getting close, but okay, it was the first try, and yeah, good bases can always try to bait things, and Legends League, this entry was kind of fully baited, but we still got the 3-star. We have the second base now, and again, let's not take too long planning, because in Legends League you kind of need to be a bit quick. I think, again, we'll just go for a simple entry, like Spirit Walk into this area, Log Launcher with the Queen over here, and then Root Riders around here. The King, I guess, could be on the outside, it's not a big deal, and then maybe an Overgrowth around here to lock up the Town Hall and the Fire Spitter. So let's start out this plan and see what we can do with it. Okay, here we are. I get the Spirit Walk started from here. Maybe it's baited, but okay. We can get a multi for free, so why not? These baits are kind of annoying, to be fair. And again, the execution here that I'm doing, I guess it's okay, but it's like kind of average because I'm also talking, but again, Legends League doesn't have to be perfect, so... But we have a good amount of force moving through the base. And actually the plan's just really clean, so it's fine. Okay, the base is crushed, GG's, so let's just close out the attack. King ability soon, just to finish. We can hit 8 buildings, and that's GG's. Now we have the next base after this, and you can see all of these bases kind of have rage towers, but we will have a few different kinds of bases, but again, in normal mode, you just kind of need rage towers in the hopes that someone will mess up and you'll get a defense, but let's see what we can do on this one. On this base, you can't get a giant arrow through here because of the multi-inferno, so that's good. Good on the base building side. I think most of these are like dark on top bases. Some of them are from different places. But basically, Spirit Walk over here. Log Launcher here with the Queen just to get the Town Hall. And then I could send the root riders in through here, but I just got the idea to maybe send in the king, and then maybe to have the queen get even deeper, and then the root riders go through here. I think that should be fine. Then overgrowth towards the back end. So I think that should be a good plan. Okay, we're into the attack, and I also just put the healer puppet on the queen because I feel like she dies kind of quick with a giant. That's mainly just for hard mode and stuff. There are certain situations when you want the giant to tank, but I think the healer puppet's better for Legends League. If we can get free value with our Royal Champion, that's always good, even if we didn't plan for it. Okay, the attack's just going through, so I can have an overgrowth over here to save most of our forces. And again, the troops just path nicely together, and that's kind of important in normal mode. Doesn't need to be perfect or anything. Good Tesla farm on the back end, but shouldn't matter. Just pop our hero abilities and blast through the rest of the base. So yeah, as always, just try to get good pathing with your troops, with your heroes, and I think you should generally be able to 3-star consistently in Legends League. We'll just watch the troops get through the rest of the base over here. And you can, of course, just skip to the next attack. Next base we have over here, an invisibility tower kind of base. So let's see what we can do on this one. I think we can go for a Royal Champion charge around here, and then maybe like a queen with a log launcher through here, and then just the root rider push around here. Maybe the king can go over here with the spiky ball and earthquake boots. This base is usually pretty easy, so let's just try the plan, and I think that should be fine. Okay, so we're on to this attack, and of course in Legends League we just want to always keep things pretty simple because there are so many days, and we just need to keep it consistent and simple with the planning. So we'll just try that. Now, of course, one other Legends League tip is like sometimes you are gonna fail on some days, so it's okay. Just try to be pretty consistent overall, and as long as you're in just good spirits, and you'll be fine for Legends League. So it's okay if you're not always perfect because wall break by accident. I actually probably should not have used the queen with the log launcher in the same place, but I think it's going to be fine. Let's see, root riders. The champion will freeze. Maybe I'll overgrowth this core. And the king was meant to be over here, but now there's no wall break, so I think it's still okay. Yeah, there were probably better plans that we could have done on this base, but maybe we should have just approached the damage more quickly and more directly from like the bottom side of the base. But again, it's fine in Legends League. Like, I guess in Legends League, if you also play it more consistently, I haven't played it since like February or something, but you'll have pretty default plans for most of the bases, and you'll be able to kind of just see them, attack them, and it should be pretty simple. But I think this is still a decent 3-star, so again, just a good plan with decent pathing, so it's fine for normal mode always. Now, when I'm doing attacks for Clan Wars or the Clan War League, I usually kind of flip through different armies, depending on what I think is like easier for the base. Like, is it good for Root Riders, or should I just go with like a Fireball, or maybe like a Log Launcher Root Rider, or double Overgrowth? But here we're just trying to force one army onto every single base. Now this base is kind of stacked with the Rage Towers. It was also, I think, a pretty popular base in Legends League, but what can we do about this? Well, if we go for like a Spirit Walk into here, Log Launcher here, and Root Riders like around here, this backend's very heavy, so that's good from the base building side. But to beat this, let's see, maybe we can go for like a Spirit Walk into here actually, and go for a Log Launcher into here, and then maybe the Root Riders through here, and with the King ability that should help kind of to destroy everything. So I think that looks like a decent plan, and we'll try it out. Okay, now we are going into this base. And I actually did look at the traps on this base before, like when I was copying it. I do remember there are all sorts of giant bombs over here, so good base building from them. I think this base is from like Legends Hub or something, so it was one of those bases, one of those kind of top 1000 bases, so it's pretty good, but we're just playing it super safe with a Spirit Walk. And yeah, I guess I may eat. Okay, let's see if we can recover from this. I think it should be fine. Log Launcher. And then I do want to send the King in over here actually. I think he could help out with taking the core, so... Oh, and the Teslas too. These are good bases for sure. And the traps, of course. Traps are super important in base building, but... Let's see now. I'll overgrowth part of the core because the Queen's going to get destroyed otherwise. Freeze on the entry. I have some Valkyries to play. And Warden ability. Big Rage Tower section, so we'll see. But the King ability helps as always with these kinds of things. Swarm the backhand. And again, by the way, just for disclosure, this is actually the second time I do this attack. The first time I just did it a minute ago. It ended up being like a 90% or something because the overgrowth placement was kind of bad. But again, overgrowth placement is also pretty important, I guess. It saved the Queen and made sure all my heroes stayed up, so it was a nice 3-star. Now we have the next base over here, which is on my main account, and it's with the Hook Tower. And of course, also just as a general Legends League thing, like you saw so far, some of the attacks were closer, some were better. But in the end, they all got 3-star, mostly on the first try. But that's the thing about Legends League. You're like trying to force one army on every single base. So it might not always fit the base, but if you can have good pathing with your Root Riders, like control it with the Overgrowth spell, that should always help you get the 3-stars. And then you shouldn't have a problem on that end. So that's just the important thing. With good pathing, any plan is like just going to actually crush through. So let's just try to keep that in mind over here. Now this is a diamond base with a hook tower, and diamond bases are pretty default for log launcher approaches. So for example, if we can get like a spirit walk into this section, we might need some invisibilities to redirect, and then the queen with the giant arrow into this rage tower place with the log launcher. And even sending in the king might be fine, I think. So especially as it's a rage tower, there could be Teslas, there could be a bit of a bait. And then we could send in like the root riders around here, this section. And again, we'll just think about the overgrowth for this plan, because I want to make sure to show you guys how important it is and that it can help you a lot, really. And I think the best overgrowth placement will be, I don't know if the Royal Champion will get the Spitter or not, but I think around here might be good. I think that looks fine. Or if the heroes get a bit farther, then we can always shift it down the line a little bit, like around here. We'll see, but we'll kind of look at what kind of value our heroes get and everything. Of course, Legends League, so you can't plan everything perfectly, but I think this is a good plan. Okay, we're into the attack, and I just realized I had hard mode by accident again on this account, which is kind of silly, but I guess I should make sure to check. It's just that I don't do normal mode so often, so it's usually just hard mode, but okay, we get the Royal Champion in now, and we can also take out the Expo, which is nice to take out kind of damage on the side against our Flame Flinger. I mean against the Log Launcher Kill Squad. But so there's a bit less damage on it. Giant arrow. We'll send in the king to help out. First an ice golem to tank. Alright, I have the giant on this again. I forgot to switch it out. But it's fine. Yeah, normal mode there isn't too much damage, so it's okay. So we'll just go with less healers, I guess. Origin ability, why not? Overgrowth, maybe here. And our troops are, I think, decently healthy for the back end, so it's okay. Queen left, Warden, Royal Champion. Yeah, so it's a nice 3-star over here once again. So yeah, pretty simple plan overall. And we'll just wait till the attack finishes. Okay, next base to plan on over here. Let's see what we can do with it. It's a ring base, and ring bases are usually pretty good, but I do see a clear plan on this. I think Spirit Walk over here, Queen with the log launcher down over here, and then send in the Root Riders over here. Or should I send the king in? Yeah, I guess sending the king alone would be fine with the ability, so the queen can get a bit deeper in. And then the Root Riders here. Although then the Root Riders won't go into the base. So I think I'll send the king with the Root Riders. Or no, I'll send them solo, and then hopefully something can get the Town Hall, or else we'll just put an overgrowth towards it, or somewhere around the back end. And let's try it out. Okay, we are into this attack. We can snipe the Archer Tower, so why not? I'm playing it safe with the invisibility spells. Okay, Spirit Fox down. But we can take the multi-archer tower because it'll help for the log launcher. So, let's see here. Arrow. A skeleton spell would have been nice, but it's Legends League, so... Okay, King ability over here. Root Riders in. And we took out a nice portion of the base, so I think the attack is looking fine. In terms of getting the town hall, actually I think I can get the town hall if I just save the queen. An overgrowth there. And yeah, this RD 3-star, so it's looking good. Warden ability. Headhunter. And yeah, this was a pretty clean plan, so yeah, good one over here. Pop the Royal Champion Rocket Spear. Let's just finish this attack off, and we just have one more base to go after this, also with a hook tower. And that should be it for this video. So again, just kind of going for simple plans, simple pathing and all that kind of stuff. And remembering, of course, to do this in normal mode is important. Final base over here, a double rage tower base. Let's see what we can do. So the rage towers are kind of heavy, so we can't really send a log launcher into them unless we have like the king's help. But I don't think I want to do that. We want something simple though, so I'm thinking about a log launcher down here because it's kind of like a vulnerable spot, not too much damage. And then how can we like set that up? I think Spirit Walk into here looks nice. And then we could send in... Actually, if I send in the king over here, I think you'll get a lot of value. And then sending the root riders around. It would be good value for the king ability. And then with the log launcher going down here, maybe somewhere towards the back end, I can overgrowth like... where should I overgrowth? Maybe around like half the rage tower. I think this plan is pretty clean though, so let's try it out. Okay, we're into the attack. Another invis because the Royal Champion would have went out of the invis and that wouldn't have been good. But we basically got the value. Let's just see what extra we can do. Okay, that invis was a bit late, but because I'm talking, so... Maybe I could have gotten the rage tower too, but it's fine. Decent Teslas that try and mess up the funneling, but they should have been like a bit closer to the Dark Elixir storage. Actually, is the king not gonna go in? I would be kind of annoyed about that. But, poison on the furnace. King ability. And I think the base is crushed, but let's not lose everything to the rage tower. Actually, I overgrowthed over here just to kind of save the kill squad and make sure the log launcher gets the value. But I think this attack is fine now, right? As long as we didn't lose too much. I mean, the queen might die. I can rage her up. I'll rage up the queen because she gets good value, so... It's good to save her. The Rage Tower looks scary, but again, in normal mode, it's like we have good amount of troops, so it's not gonna do too much. We'll just pop the Royal Champion ability from far away, and even if we didn't save the Queen, I think we could have used the Rage spell now and it would have been fine. Rage Tower trying to defend, we'll just distract the multi-inferno beams and come on. So it gets a bit close with the Rage Tower, but I think it's fine overall. Again, these bases are all well built, you know, they're the kind of bases you would find towards the top of Legends League, but simple plan, and in the end it goes through. So that's very nice. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry if it was like a bit different from other videos, like I was just kind of like calmly talking through the attacks. I was also talking while I was doing the attack, which is different. I usually commentate afterwards, but I wanted to kind of show you how normal mode in Legends League is not too complicated really. It's just kind of simple. You just need, as always, good plans, good pathing, and you should be able to get 3 stars in. Just try to be always consistent, and again in Legends League just try to be consistent every day. Even if you get one fail or something, you can always learn from it, see how you could have maybe improved your plan, what you could have done better. But I think that should be good for now. So I'll hopefully see you next week when I show you the bases that I've been building for the World Championship qualifiers. But until then, bye bye.